Everyone, this is Dr. Liv with New Insight, and thank you for joining me in another video. Have you ever been with someone who always seemed to know exactly what to say? They made promises, they painted a beautiful future, they made you believe the relationship was headed somewhere meaningful, but somehow that future never arrived. Instead, you were left waiting, hoping, questioning yourself, wondering what changed. One moment you're communicating, compromising, and making plans for the future. You're talking about vacations, moving in together, perhaps even getting married and building a life together, investing your time, emotional energy, and sometimes even your finances toward what you believe is a shared future. Then suddenly, everything changes. The calls become less frequent, the text messages slow down, they're emotionally distant. You hear more excuses than accountability. The conversations become vague. The affection becomes inconsistent. And just when you think you're finally getting back on the same page, the goalpost moves yet again. There's another excuse, another delay, another reason why they can't commit, and another promise that things will be different. If you've experienced this pattern over and over again, you may be experiencing what is known as future faking. Future faking is when someone makes promises about the future, and not because they genuinely intend to follow through, but because those promises keep you emotionally invested in the relationship. Then there's breadcrumbing, and this is when they give you just enough attention, just enough affection, just enough communication and effort, usually the bare minimum, to keep your hope reignited. And especially when you're beginning to question the relationship or when you're thinking about leaving. And for a while, it works. Because after days or weeks of emotional distance, that one text, that one compliment, that one good weekend together feels like proof that things are finally changing. However, it is short-lived. It is simply enough to keep you emotionally attached. And deep down, you know something doesn't feel right. You sense that they're not fully invested. You feel that they're hiding something, that they aren't being honest about how they truly feel or what they truly want from the relationship. Yet the anxious, perhaps insecure, or maybe even traumatized parts of you decide to stay. And not because you're weak, not because you're incapable, but because you're attached to the possibility of who they could become instead of accepting who they've consistently shown themselves to be. And the thing is, emotionally manipulative people often recognize these vulnerabilities. They realize you're afraid of losing the relationship. They know you desire love, reassurance, emotional safety. But instead of responding with honesty, they exploit those needs. And that's why breadcrumbing and future faking are both forms of psychological abuse. They're not simply disappointing behaviors. They manipulate your thoughts, your emotions, and your decisions. And over time, they condition you to accept inconsistency. They normalize confusion. They teach you to mistake occasional affection for genuine commitment. And little by little, your standards begin to shift. You find yourself accepting behavior you once promised yourself you would never tolerate. Meanwhile, you're sacrificing your time, your emotional energy, your peace, and your sense of self for someone who was never who they claimed to be, because they want continued access to you and the benefits that you provide. They know exactly what to say, exactly when to pull you close, and exactly when to pull away. And they do just enough to keep you hoping, just enough to keep you believing, and just enough to keep you from walking away. And while you're searching for clarity, consistency, and stability, they're benefiting from a relationship they've never fully invested in. They're receiving all of your love, loyalty, attention, validation, support, and emotional labor without offering the honesty, accountability, or commitment that healthy love requires. Over time, love no longer feels peaceful. It feels exhausting. You begin questioning yourself, overanalyzing conversations, waiting for text messages, wondering if you're asking for too much. Psychological abuse doesn't always leave visible scars, but it does leave self-doubt, anxiety, confusion, hypervigilance. It disconnects you from your own intuition because you've learned to ignore what you know in favor of what you hope. Breadcrumbing and future faking aren't simply about broken promises. Over time, the lies become a strategy. The manipulation and uncertainty keep you emotionally invested. It distorts your judgment, erodes your confidence, and makes it increasingly difficult to make decisions that are in your own best interest. Psychological abuse not only manipulates your emotions, it manipulates your entire reality. It keeps you investing in a future that exists only in promises, while your present is filled with inconsistency, confusion, and emotional deprivation. So if someone's words and actions consistently don't align, believe the pattern, not the potential, not the promises, but the patterns. Because healthy love doesn't keep you confused. Healthy love doesn't require you to constantly earn consistency. Healthy love doesn't leave you questioning your worth. Trust what people consistently show you, not just what they tell you. Pay attention to patterns over promises, and protect your heart, protect your peace, and protect your future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.